Well, Kerry, this is one of your gorgeous retired broodmares here at Arrowfield Stud, Miss Kournikova, a winner of an Oakley Plate, and she's had 7 to race for 6 winners, including Oakley Girl, who was a group winner too. So she's done her job as a broodmare. But tell me about her role now as a nanny with these young weanlings.
So one of the things that I learned when I came to Australia was the use of nannies with the weanlings, and basically she's their replacement mother as such. We put the nannies in before we paddock wean, then we pull out the mares, and eventually by the end of the week the nannies are left with 10 weanlings with them. And their job is really to look after them. They keep them calm. They're really good if there's storms that roll through. It's just, you know, a kind of a safety thing more than anything. That, you know, they're used to everything. They're used to the truck. We use them to, you know, we walk them up in front of the weanlings to load onto the truck. So it's, you know, it creates a good experience for the weanlings. And we've probably got about 30 of them here at Arrowfield. So,
yeah. Well, a lot of people say what happens to these mares once they finish their breeding career. I mean, they are loved. I know John Massara, obviously the owner of Arrowfield, has always talked about the womb to tomb mentality, and they're not discarded. They're kept, and you know, even down to the fact she's got a little bit of sunburn because she's got a very white nose, but you care enough that you look after these mares no matter what age they are.
Yeah, definitely, and it's lovely as well because I mean they've done a good job for the farm and that, and it's nice to see them have a good retirement, and they just hang out with the weanlings. They're on the good feed and that as well, so yeah, they love life here.
There are others as well, as you said, about 30, and you have some that are getting quite elderly that take me way back to when I was first following racing.
That's right. We've got Shelbourne, who's 29.
From Copperana, that family, Denendry, the whole family.
Yeah, so we've got her. We've also got Patronella, who's the mother of Aliana Tilde and Teaspoon. So yeah, she's 28 now, so she's still going strong.
And so how old is Miss Kournikova now?
She's 22, rising 23.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what age do they sort of get to where they're still able to deal with these weanlings?
Kind of individual basis, but as I say, Shelbourne's 29 and she's still out with weanlings, and yeah, still fit and healthy and in good health and that. So.
And we know, obviously, we see the stallions and we see a lot of retired geldings and mares, of course, that have been, you know, they've been racetrack favourites. But it's so good to see these old mares because a lot of people followed them, whether they bet on them when, you know, when she won the Oakley Plate, or, you know, they've obviously followed them, and it's great to see them so many years later.
Yeah, definitely. And they're all farm favourites as well. All the staff on the farm, they all have their favourite nannies and stuff. So they're all really well looked after and cared for.
The beautifully bred son of Zabeel, Precedence, is the product of wonderful breeders, the Duchess of Bedford and Sir Patrick and Lady Hogan. Bought by Duncan Ramage as a yearling and managed throughout his racing career, trained by Bart and James Cummings, he amassed 6 stakes wins, ran in 4 Melbourne Cups and earned nearly $2 million. So I've known him a long time, and it's a personal thrill to see how he's thrived under the care of Fiona Mc Intyre, the recently crowned Wakeful Club's Lady of Racing. So how do you turn a tough-hardened galloper into a majestic show horse?
Precedence too good, beat Rainbow starting by a length.
But Precedence is too good and goes on to win it.
Precedence out of the middle of the track is rattling home. Precedence grabbed the lead and Precedence. But old Precedence is back and Bart's in the winner's stall.
Such open space, it's fabulous for the horses. Tell me who are in these paddocks.
Yeah, it's a great spot here for the horses. So we've got Precedence over here. Sermione's behind Precedence. I've got a few horses, I've got a few new ones that I'm in here for training.
Yeah.
Out the side here we've got Caravan Rolls On, who came over from England to try his luck in the Melbourne Cup.
Fiona, it's been fabulous watching you with Precedence. We know what a fabulous racehorse he was, but taking him through the grades, through the royal shows right around Australia, what does it take for a thoroughbred to be a show horse?
So a show horse, Caroline, is basically a beauty pageant for horses. What you want a horse that's going to step into the ring and really capture a judge's attention. They're out there competing against a number of horses at the one time. So they've got to have that personality, they've got to have that wow factor and look at me. The Thoroughbreds are just the ultimate show horse. They sit up, they move, they cross the ground, they're so very elegant. They make absolutely amazing show horses.
And there's also the flying changes. I mean, a lot of horses can struggle with them, but the Thoroughbred, you can see Precedence really wants to please you by doing what you're asking.
Yeah, so it's the same with all Thoroughbreds or any horse that you're going to ride, any riding horse. The fundamentals are the same. We basically want to walk, a trot and a canter, but there's a lot more to that. We want them to be balanced. They want to be moving across the ground beautifully. And some horses are a lot more athletic than others. Precedence shows that. He's got that amazing extended trot, which not a lot of horses have, but he has it to a T. The ability to be trainable. You want to be able to get on a horse and go and enjoy it.
So if someone had a horse or they were looking at taking on a Thoroughbred, how do they get involved in the show scene?
So lots of different shows are run around the country. It's a good idea to start possibly at a gymkhana or a small show. Go and watch and see. People out there will love to help you. Ask lots of questions, get on Google, do your research. There's lots of places to learn, and I guess the basic thing to do if you're going to go to a show with your horse, just make sure you're nice and clean and well presented. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You can buy a nice jacket, but just make sure it all fits really well and it's all really clean, because again, you've got to be spot on in every aspect, but anyone can do that. It doesn't take a lot to be able to do that.
And we're seeing a lot more, rewards for people that are, whether it be showing or show jumping or anything. There's so much more recognition now for the Thoroughbreds as we encourage more people to take them on.
Absolutely. There's so many great prizes out there. There's specialised shows now running just for Thoroughbreds. And it's just absolutely brilliant to see. If we can encourage one person to take on a horse and give it a home and have a life after racing, it's an absolute win.
They've got a lot of energy to burn, don't they? So it's great to see them doing something if you can direct it and channel it the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. As I sort of mentioned, they're really trainable. They love to please you. He loves being in your face all the time. He wants the attention, and that's fine. I love spending time with him and giving him that attention. He gives me the rewards in return. He really does try his heart out for me, and we just have this most amazing relationship. And the Thoroughbreds have just got so much personality. They're all different, and they've all got different aspects to them, and they're just quite amazing animals. Is that nice? Oh, is that the spot?
And we're seeing a lot of horses that may not have been as successful as Precedence was on the track, but we are also seeing the Chautauquas and the Lankan Rupees and those horses, which I guess is great, bridging that. There is a bit of a divide between the racing and the equestrian world. They can see both sides when you watch these fabulous horses going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been getting horses off the track for many years. My mum did it, so it's not something new. But we didn't really see whatever happened to the top horses, the group winning horses. They retire, and that was the last you'd seen of them. But I think these guys are bridging that gap, that people in the racing industry say, well, hang on a second, my top horse can have a life after racing, and they absolutely love it in every way.
Such a popular horse, and a great explanation from Fee about what it takes for a Thoroughbred to be a show horse. Coming up on Thoroughbreds Are Go, Arrowfield Studs, Strappers Stories.